What's good, y'all? This is C-Certified Brewhead. We're going to take you drinking craft beer in Melbourne, Australia, once again.
Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Are you a brewhead? I'm a brewhead. Y'all are brewheads? Yeah, we brewheads. So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We were just here in February, March, and now it is June, and we are back. This time it is winter, and I figured, you know what? Let's do another quick Where to Drink in Melbourne vlog. I don't know how many breweries we're going to get to, but I'm staying in Fitzroy. Right now we're in Collingwood, which is two suburbs right next to each other that are my favorite two areas. And there's a ton of really cool beer bars here. So I think I'm going to focus primarily on beer bars, as many as I can, because it's very, very impressive. So we're going to start here at Hippo Bar and Bottle Shop. They got a sick bottle shop in there. They got a killer tap list from what I've seen. We walked by the other night. Patio was packed. Right now it's a rainy, cold day, so not really jamming. And it's also Tuesday at like 2 p.m. So let's go check it out and see how she goes. Alright, y'all, the next up in the Where to Drink Craft Beer in Melbourne, part 2 is Beermash, which is just down the street from the Hippo, which was super awesome. Now, this place is one I heard of years ago. We actually came here the other night, and I just wanted to film it in the daylight. These guys, once again, bottle shop, tap room. When I first saw this, it must have been 2018 or 2019, and I couldn't believe that this existed. Like, in Canada, there is no such thing that I've really seen of like a bottle shop and a tap room all in the same place. There's a few spots that are kind of close to that, but typically the bottle shop and the tap room are two separate, entirely different things. So when I was here the other night, this patio was rammed. It was absolutely jamming. So once again, rainy day today, a little quiet, wicked tap list. And they got 27 taps in here. Let's go take a look. Alright, y'all, the next up in the Where to Drink Craft Beer in Melbourne is the Catfish, another beer bar. This on Gertrude Street. I'm not sure if it's Fitzroy or Collingwood. It is just pissing down today, my goodness. But at least the pubs are warm. Now, this place looks like it has a cool tap list. Our good friend Chanel told us about this one, so shout out to Chanel, who's really put me onto a lot of these beer bars out here. I'm ready to crush a frothy, mate. Let's go take a peek. Alright, y'all, the next up in the Where to Drink Craft Beer in Melbourne is the Redwood Tasting Room here in Fitzroy North. This was highly recommended by our good friend Eamon, who you might recognize from our first and only What's in My Cellar video. I think that's what it was called, or something about a cellar. This is a tap room, so once again, a beer bar. This is the type of place that we're really focusing on for this particular vlog. So these guys are also, if I'm not mistaken, a distributor for a bunch of brands out here in, I'm not sure if it's across Australia or at the very least in Victoria, so it's dope. And they got a tasting room that they call it a tasting room, so I imagine that's going to focus heavily on a lot of their brands they distribute. Jesus, these trams are loud. Let's go take a look. All right, y'all. The last stop on the Wet Drink Craft Beer in Melbourne vlog is here at Near and Far on Brunswick Street. This was our old stomping ground in our 20s. Pretty sick. Huge shouts to Chanel, by the way. Our good friend Chanel, who was on episode 23 of the original podcast. She basically gave us the plug. We're here for her wedding, and she basically told me about all of the individual beer bars that we visited on this vlog. So this is 5 beer bars in Collingwood and Fitzroy, primarily, that we visited this time. This place is apparently a killer beer bar and bottle shop, as basically everywhere else has been, and it's just such a cool thing because we don't really have those properly in Canada in the way they have them here. So I'm excited to get a final beer, and then we'll check in as we wrap up. Let's go. All right, y'all. So we are back from Near and Far. And look, this one is a little short and sweet compared to our other vlogs. I think the last Aussie vlog was like half an hour, so this would be much less than that. But look, this is Wet Drink Craft Beer in Melbourne Part 2. We, once again, decided to just hit beer bars predominantly around Fitzroy and Collingwood. There is so many things to do here. It almost makes more sense to split them up by neighborhood, which kind of we did somewhat by accident. I didn't really know where we were going to get to this trip, and that's where we ended up. So genuinely impressed. The beer bar scene here is phenomenal. The pub scene, I didn't document any of the pubs, and just like in the UK, there are so many cool pubs that we visited that always have a really decent range of beers. Often they have some good craft beers. Sometimes they got kind of all bought out stuff, but for the most part, there's at least something. Or even if it's the bought out craft, I feel like the bought out craft in Australia is much better than in North America, personally anyway. I've really enjoyed it out here. Once again, check out Wet Drink Craft Beer in Melbourne Part 1. That'll give you a bit more of a variety of breweries. So this trip, we went to Bodrigi. We went to 3806 in Berwick as well and had the food there. Shout out to Zach and Bree for hooking it up. It was absolutely spectacular. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the video, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit that notification bell so you know when the new drops. Follow us everywhere at BAOS Podcast. Check out the long form audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We've been taking a bit of a summer break this year in 2026 just because of our extensive travels. We'll be back towards the end of summer. Enjoy these vlogs in the meantime. Lots of stuff coming. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.